Hi, this is Argia. Thank you for joining me here at Healing in Progress. Some days I feel like the world just weighs too much, like it's just too heavy. There were times in my life when it was so bad that I couldn't answer the door or take a simple phone call. And I still have days when it feels hard to get out of bed in the morning. Those days that feel hopeless and pointless and heavy. But I've learned that healing isn't about being happy all the time. No one is happy all the time. And if they tell you they are, they're being dishonest. So it's not about being happy all the time, but it is about finding those small ways to help keep you going, even when it hurts, even when it's hard. So today, I just want to share some of the ways I get through those tough days, those days where it just feels dark. Now, one thing that I stopped doing, one of the first things that I stopped doing was I stopped pretending that I was okay. I stopped faking it. It put so much pressure on me to fake it. I felt guilty faking it. I hid my depression because, first of all, I didn't want to feel like I was being a burden to anyone. I didn't want people to assume that I was weak just because I dealt with depression. And I just didn't want people to judge me. People judge you for enough in life. And so a illness that I couldn't control and sometimes I didn't even understand, I didn't want to be judged for that. So I hid it and I pressed it down. But now when those feelings rise up, when the darkness comes, I let myself feel it. I just let myself feel it. I remind myself that this is all a part of healing. It doesn't mean that I'm failing just because I'm having these feelings. And if they get to be too much, I reach out to my therapist without question. So just remember what helps you. Don't worry about what's helping other people or what looks good on someone else. Remember what helps you in those times in your life. Now, when it feels impossible for me to move, I focus on the smallest things that help me feel more like myself, that help me feel like I'm alive again. And that could be something as simple as taking a shower and getting dressed that day. It could be sitting in prayer and talking to God or silently meditating. It could be an exercise routine, or one of my favorites is turning on the music and just dancing and letting everything go. Now, be careful that you don't listen to music that brings you down. Listen to music that makes you happy, that that uplifts you, that makes you want to dance. And I've learned that healing isn't one big thing. It isn't one big strike of lightning. It's hundreds of tiny things that you put forth every day. You take a step every day with these tiny steps, and that is what matters. That's what helps in the long run. I know that that is what helped and has helped me in the long run. If you're going through something right now, please know that you do not have to have it all together to keep going. You do not have to have it all together to be healing. Even if all you did today was get up, sit up in a chair, and breathe, that's progress. That's enough for you today. Don't let it weigh you down. Healing isn't linear. So it's not a straight line, guys. Some days you have to climb a mountain. Other days you're going to have to dig your way out of a pit. And some days you're just going to be able to rest, or you're just going to have to rest. And all of it matters. All of it matters to your healing and your well-being. So don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty, and don't feel guilty on the days when you rest, because resting is absolutely a part of your healing. So don't feel guilty about what you're going through on any given day. If this has helped you feel less alone, and I hope it has, I'd love for you to stick around. Subscribe and heal with me one day at a time. And do me a favor, in the comments, share with me one thing that you do on your tough days, one thing that gets you through on those days. And remember, guys, the tiny steps count. They really do. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. We're new, but we're going to be here for the long haul. I feel like this is my purpose, healing in progress. I've done so much healing, and I just want to share it with others. Thank you guys for joining us, and stay tuned for more healing and more honesty. Thank you. Have a blessed day.